Hello again. Here we are out on the balcony because the sun is out for the first time in almost a week. It is March 27th today in Denver. Well, everywhere probably, unless you're in Japan or somewhere over there. Anyway, it's chilly here. We're in the 50s Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. And I got a lot going on today, so I'm just going to get started. Less rambling, more working. I'm going to refurbish some old soil. I've got an experiment. I'm going to start some potatoes. And I'm going to be starting some more radishes and carrots. And I might pepper in a bit of Swiss chard just to gussy up that particular container. So let's get started. So this pot here, which has some kale in it from last year. This pot is full of old soil. I haven't refurbished this soil this would be the third season if I used it again without doing anything with it. So I think it's time to kind of gussy it up a little. So out it comes. Because I'm on my balcony, I'm using this tarp to keep the dirt contained so it doesn't end up down below on my neighbor's balcony. She probably would not like that very much. I haven't asked, I'm just assuming. Well, anyway, this stuff right here actually looks pretty good. Nice and black. I think it might be okay. But I want to mix it in with some of this soil that was basically just from an old pot. And this is not actually compost. It's old dirt as well that I dumped into this sack. Since I feel this is fairly used up, I'm going to add a little bit of compost and some perlite and even a little vermiculite, just because I have it and seems like the right thing to do. So we'll start with the compost. Okay, that looks about right. I'm eyeballing all of this. I'm not growing any super sensitive crops here. So vermiculite and perlite is next. And then a little bit of a mix. Since we're out on the balcony and it's a bit breezy, I'm going to make a little well for this perlite because it kind of likes to blow all over the place. And I may get some complaints from the neighbors if I'm not careful. See it? See it just drifting away? So I'm going to go ahead and give it a good mix. I'm also going to mix in some granular fertilizer. Got just a little bit of this 3-4-4 mix left. It's all going in. And some 222. This stuff is pelletized. Interesting. Smells like alfalfa. All right, one more mix and we'll be done with this. This will go in the compost. Okay, look at this heaping pile of goodness. I'm going to fill up some of these balcony planters. Here's number 2. And number 3. So what I have here are some free seeds that I received from Baker Creek when I purchased my peppers and carrots and radishes and all that. And then this is an older mix from the old HD that worked fairly well last year. Actually, it was the year before, now that I think about it. I got quite a bit off this. There's a bunch of random stuff. Beet bull's blood, spinach, Bloomsdale long-standing, lettuce, red salad bowl, lettuce, black-seeded Simpson, and mustard tender green. that's what's in this one, and that's what's going in here. Now the problem with this is there are 4 or 5 different seeds in this thing, and I have no idea which one is which, so it's very random. So I'm just going to make a little furrow down the middle and hope for the best. I'll go ahead and just cover this up slightly, label it, that's key, and I'm just going to call this salad. I'll know what it means. And that one is ready. And in this container I'll be starting the lettuce Rouge de Hiver, my second favorite kind of lettuce. Just kidding, I've never had this, and I'm sure I didn't pronounce it right, but we'll be okay. One more time, another furrow. I'll thin this out later. The good thing about planting these in a furrow a bit crowded is when you thin them out, you get a little bit of a microgreen snack. That's free food right there. Kind of. Alright, these are going in. And that's the lettuce seed. Rouge lettuce. Right there, and that one's done. I'll take these in and put them on the heat mat because I have one sitting around. They'd probably be okay without that, but they're going inside for now until they really get going, and then they'll go up onto the railing. This one will go unused for now, but I'll put it inside just to keep it somewhat warmish. Now, on to part number 2 of this video. The carrots, radish, and maybe some Swiss chard, if it comes up fast enough to beat the radishes, are going in this pot here. So what I'm planning to do here is get some Swiss chard going right in the middle. Maybe. If it can beat the radishes, we'll see. These things grow fast and they grow big. And then around the outside will be the carrots. I just don't feel like in that pot right there I'm going to have quite enough to really enjoy the crop. So right here in the middle, just maybe like 3 or let's go 5 Swiss chard seeds. Yeah, the radishes will go next, and I'll do the same with the carrots. Got some kind of rogue seed here. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to put it, I'll put it out here with the carrots. I'll recognize it when it comes up as something that isn't carrot. And I'll use just the slightest amount of this fancy soil I just made to cover these up. Really not much. Give it a little bit of a tamp down. Okay, coming up on part 3. I'm going to plant some potatoes, but there is a twist. So hang on, I'll be right back. For this week's experiment corner, I'm going to put these potatoes in a pot of soil and see what happens. As you can maybe tell, they're starting to shoot off some eyes, and the most exciting part of this experiment is orange peels. Just kidding. Just the potatoes in the soil, and here we go. Space them apart a little bit. Now they're down about here. I'm going to bury them ever so slightly, and then once it grows up, I'm thinking I could maybe cut the bottom off another pot this size, set it on top, continue to bury the potatoes as they grow, and I'd like to see if this works, so stay tuned. Okay, covering it up now. I'll give it a little bit of water, and that's the end of that chapter. So if you'd like to stay updated on this version of Experiment Corner, these little beauties that will be going on the railing, and then also the big old pot with the carrots and radishes and Swiss chard and the mystery seed, stay tuned and I'll keep you updated on all of that and so much more. Have a wonderful day.